And we're back here once again with another episode of the Iron Man Podcast, episode 579. It's going to be another rendition of Friday Bangers, actually. And this has been a relatively, really tiring week for a lot of people here. You guys know me, I had to do 6 days again this week. Drunken's been having to do a lot more boss duties at his job. And, well, Darnell has 4 kids, so that inherently right there should speak for itself about how much it takes. So, yeah. But it's crazy. I told you here.
I'll take my stress over Darnell's stress of the kids.
I will say that. Yeah. I always tell people this too. Hey, we are generally pretty tired after everything that we do, but I like that everyone in the group can always push through and keep going. It shows resilience, and it's awesome that we have that here. And everyone is built into the idea of, like what Darnell said a long time ago, putting out content, getting it done. Let's just put our head in the sand, just go for it. That's what we got to do. If you want your opinion to matter, well, we got to start putting in the work for your opinion to matter. And then when your opinion matters, everyone's going to have haters. And that's the fun part, when everyone does get big and everyone has their own haters, because they're going to be like, Drunken, why do you wear that getup and you don't save anyone? That's going to be a common joke eventually. It's going to be horrible.
Eventually.
I think almost from day one it's been that way.
Yeah. I thought we were pissing you off at one point, making those jokes. You looked angry one night. So I kind of like.
Well, no, I think that night is because when it was brought up, it's like, because it's such a running thing, I want to say something funny about it. And I think that night I was blank. I had nothing, and that's why I looked angry. Is because it's like, I got no retort tonight.
Yeah, and it's
no retort.
It's not like you're pissed. I was like, I'm just gonna step back for a while, man. I ain't gonna say that for a bit.
No. It's a lot of times it's just off the cuff. All of a sudden, I go, completely blank in the response. Tonight on like Iron Show, I was kind of going with a response, but then it went because it was a long introduction for one, and then it went short. As I was going, well, you want to know what? I've decided that I'm going to make my own religion, and you want to know what? Order of the, I know it's going to be the way of the arrow, and on top of that, and then they brought it up, and then it's continuing on. It's like, well, that sounds like, oh, I'm going to sue you. Plan. Don't disparage my church. I'm going to get litigious. I'm going to start suing anyone that says my religion's a cult that I created out of thin air. About
defamation.
Hey, you guys know how I feel about religion here. If people have their own religions, that's cool. But I'm going to be honest here. I just don't believe in space wizards. I'm just going to be completely honest here. I like being open and honestly about that stuff. But hey, if you use religion for your own salvation, your own faith, that's cool. Just I don't care. Just, that's fine. And I typically don't even show people that have religions. Like, I don't really find that to be an own on someone. Like, hey, someone uses a religion to make their headspace a lot better. Like, I think that's a great thing, honestly. And to be fair, religion does if you go to church, people even listen to like what pastors say. Religion does actually teach you a good amount of stuff, honestly. It's just, there's some other things that I don't really just jive with. But like, hey, the 10 commandments in the Bible, don't steal, don't kill, all that stuff. That's like not bad stuff to teach your kids.
It's like normal shit.
Yeah.
I think the problem is a lot of times, man, people get, and what turns them off a lot of times is that you run into some bad people who give like Christianity and stuff, like they you have a bad experience and it like turns them away from stuff like that, man. But it's just like when you get down to the core tenets of it, it's just like, there's not a whole lot to it, man. If you can get past the the hypocritical part of how certain people are like, I was, you think certain people think that they're better than you and all this kind of stuff. Or a lot of times you think in your head anyway. It took me a long time before I got back into going to church. And now I hadn't been I quit going to the local one, and we're kind of I'm going to another one. But basically it's just like, Jesus is the Son of God. He died for your sins. Third day was resurrected. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's kind of, that's baseline. And then, you believe that you're good, and you try to do like the next right thing with your life, man. You kind of put yourself in a headspace.
Yeah. Well, I get what you're saying. Well, what he was getting at before you came in was that.
Sorry.
No. You're good. Was that like I personally, I don't believe in anything. But that being said, the fact that in this day and age, with all this shit going down, if someone can keep their faith, that's fucking awesome. I fucking applaud that person for that shit, man. That's some heavy stuff right there, you know. I'm proud of the person.
And
if you can keep your faith,
I
you know,
always say this.
awesome.
I think like Christians get a bad rap if one of them does one thing bad. Even Catholics.
Yeah.
I think Catholics probably have it worse. Like one Catholic priest does something bad, and obviously it's not one, but like
Dude,
that potentially stretches into like a whole group of people. And it's like, guys, there's bad people in. It's like sheep. Literally, thing in the Bible called sheep's and wolves in sheep's clothing. It's literally a thing. You know,
don't
there's
get
not
society.
good people. Yeah.
Don't get society started on Catholics, man.
No.
He's got a personal
Oh
like
Lord. Yeah.
some stuff I can understand. Other stuff I'm like, dude, let's not throw rocks when we in glass houses and stuff like that. So I think there's a whole lot there. It's basically when it boils down to like what I was saying, but it's I don't know. With all the evil that's going on in this world, man, I don't know how you could not just be like, look, man, I gotta talk to God. There's something better than all of this mess that's going on. Which
I found a magical arrowhead in the forest that an angel came to me and told me where to find it, and it has another scripture of Jesus.
what are you like the Mormon guy?
Shit.
No. It's the way of the arrow. That's what it is. It's going to be the way of the arrow, and it's going to be the final chapter of the entire book.
Hey, I'm just saying, we were backstage. One time. C.S. Johnson said the N word because it was in the context of like what people do in the South, and I was like, that's pretty fucking hot. I need to have her whisper that in my ear if she ever goes to a meetup. That was great. Oh my goodness, white girl power forever.
Mine was a slip up.
God, I hate you people. Walter, what's up, man? NASQuacks got a bad rap too. One NASQuackian man misreads articles, and all of them are slandered.
I got something as far as that goes, man.
Shit.
Yeah, I know this right offhand. Revelation 22, 8 verse 18. I warn everyone who hears the words of the prophecy of this book. If anyone adds to them, God will add to him the plagues described in this book. And if anyone takes away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God will take away his share in the tree of life and in the holy city, which are described in this book. So, you know, might want to think twice about your arrowhead stuff. And
I will just say, can God, make Ethan Van Sciver less fat? Potentially, is there a possibility for that? I forgot. God can work miracles, as they said. You know what? Potentially, there may be a God today. There was a video of a black kid obviously going to shoot somebody because that's what black people do. They always cause crime. He apparently didn't know how to. You know how you have to cock a gun back and you have to put the cartridges in right so it can actually fire. Apparently, he didn't do that, and he actually clicked the gun 3 times and it didn't go off close to somebody. Obviously, the kid got arrested, but it's like, why are black people so violent and always in crime? And every single time, like the media would not show you that story unless you were actually on Twitter. That's why I don't know. I can never like actually get off Twitter at all. Like they show you so much stuff the regular media doesn't do. I don't really care for the whole Democrat people at all. But that the DNC thing earlier today, I think there was a Trump. RFK Jr. He like basically endorsed Trump. He's stopping his campaign. They literally cut. If you just look at their broadcast,
CNN cut the
away
feed,
from
man.
it.
Because they don't trust you with the actual facts. That's why when they came up with all this disinformation, misinformation, we need to stop that. How about just people say what they want and then you can figure out if it's true or not? Why don't you quit being the arbiters of what's true and what's not? Because more than likely anything you say that's misinformation or disinformation is the truth, and you're spewing lies, man. They do that. They always cut away from Trump's speech too because they can't stand it. They're a propagandist arm of
the media wing of the DNC.
Yeah, or the deep state or the
Uniparty.
All the Uniparty, all that stuff, man.
Yeah. And anything that goes against them, they call as misleading, misinformation, or disinformation.
I said something about RFK Jr. Trump should have picked him as vice president. Like I said that months ago, like over 6 months ago, man. And I'm just
He
like,
needs to appoint him as director of the CIA.
that's exactly right, man. The director of the CIA, man. Either that or like that, you know, the stuff he's talking about. I don't know if you watched his whole speech today when he was going to endorse Trump, but all that stuff he's talking about with all the additives in the food, all that other stuff, man, he's absolutely 100% right. Like people with immune system disorders, it's from all the stupid crap and additives they put in food, man. Like I was never allergic to anything, man. And then now it's like I've come up with like I had like I've got psoriasis in some places, which is basically an immune system thing. And then you've got all these kids with all this stuff. He's absolutely right. Alex Jones has been saying they've been poisoning the food for a while. And of course they have, man. Look at that food pyramid, that bull job they taught us in school, where it's just like, you're supposed to eat nothing but grains and bread. That's the main thing you're supposed to eat. Yeah, man, flip that thing upside down. They're trying to kill you with that thing, man.
Oh, that's why I like that with South Park. They literally did that with South Park. Rotate it. Have butter with your steak as the most thing that you should be eating the most of is fat steak. It's
proteins.
Protein.
Yeah.
Which they kept making up the big deal about it, the fat and stuff clogging up your arteries, which there, you know, it can if you get ridiculous to it. Like, I wouldn't be sitting around eating sticks of butter all day long like Melanie Mac. No, that's freaking nasty and it's not good for you. That's nasty, man.
Well,
that's actually
this whole push, the whole push for the whole lower cholesterol. Well, you want to know what's starting to happen now? They're realizing that, the human body needs cholesterol because those that were pushed on a low cholesterol, we're starting to see more problems with brain stuff because the body doesn't have the cholesterol in it that helps brain activity.
Yeah. And like, but
part of it.
And when everybody talks about, dude, how going on a zero carb thing, you can lower your carbs. But you have to have carbs. I had to sit there. Common Nerd Jesse wanted to argue with me about this one time, and I'm just like, all right, dude, you know, look at me and look at you, and I can give you the chemistry behind why you need carbs. Because what happens if your body has zero carbs? And they always talk about, I guess that's the keto diet, pushing your body into ketosis. You stay on that long enough, your body will start digesting your organs, dude. Because you got to have some carbs. All you got to do, if you lower them down, man, and up your protein, do a little bit of cardio and stuff like that, man, you can change a few things like 24-hour fasting, that kind of thing. Oh, and you talking about miracles, man, I am a living miracle, dude. Should have been dead 100 times over, man. Like all the wrecks I had, the drinking, I had a stroke, man. By all means, I should be half paralyzed and all gimped up, man. And it looks like now I may even be getting full functionality back in my left hand after I had that cubital tunnel syndrome. Might try to retrain myself to play the guitar and stuff like that. But like, man, I'm like most people, my grandfather had a stroke. He was trapped in his body until he died, like paralyzed in half his body, you know, and I don't have brain.
Walter says, I've been on keto for 8 years, and while I don't do zero carbs, I do Alno more than
I don't do more than that. Yeah,
no more than
you do have to have some. You gotta have some. Just don't get nuts with it, man. You gotta have
I love nuts. Let's get nuts.
Oh, I love nuts too, man. You know why?
Yeah.
High protein.
High
protein, man.
I'll get a can of nuts. I actually like cashews a lot. And cashews are great. Actually, you know what? People say nuts are gay. If you buy a bag of almonds, you will eat those faster than chips. You just keep putting them in your mouth. Almonds are great.
I ate this in less than 2 hours.
You know
really?
Shit. You know what I get, man? And it's every now and then, but like I did realize that they added sugar. Is I'm getting a type of trail mix, and it's got it's got peanuts in it, and it's got like the dried bananas, pineapple, oranges, and raisins and stuff like that. And I think there's a little bit of added sugar with it, but like
Mhm.
it's one of the few ones that I can find that doesn't. They keep trying to put like, you go, I want some trail mix, and it's like all these fatties want them to put like M&Ms and chocolate in it. I'm just like, it's defeating the purpose of eating this stuff. But I love doing that, man. I could eat like a bag of that stuff, sit around and eat it and stuff like that. I know that some of the added sugar is a little bit much. Sugar, if you lower your sugar, you cut your sugar out, man. That right there is huge, dude. It's hard. Let me tell you. After I had like that first hernia surgery, I was just like, I'm gonna be down for a while. I might as well eat some stuff. I wound up like eating a bunch of junk food and stuff like that. That first night, I got a big old thing of Reese's Pieces, big freaking cardboard carton of those things from like Dollar General, and just downed them. But and then getting back off it, man. Or those Edwards pies, man, getting that stuff, dude, and just sitting around, got me a fork, and I'm just like, what am I doing? And I had to like get myself off that stuff again, man. But if you cut down your sugar now, I do drink way.
What's up, Tony? How you doing, man?
Way too
I
much.
prefer cashews too. Yeah, cashews taste great. Yeah, I love them.
Cashews are delicious, man. They're kind of, aren't they kind of expensive? Like you can't like go get a can or are they more expensive? I don't know. I hadn't gone to check for straight up cashews more than peanuts.
I believe cashews are more
generally
expensive than.
Yeah, they're about $3-5 a can, actually, depending on small or medium. I usually get the medium size because I have a big can, so if I take grab a peanuts, I usually grab a lot of them. I can't just grab one peanut at a time. I'll help people do that. I have to grab a lot of them.
He's got to have a lot.
I had to get the jar and just like pour.
Really?
Like,
oh God, no, man.
I like to buy them raw from the store.
Oh, I love raw nuts.
Dude, man, like rose. Oh man, like there was this place. It was in the.
Having a good night.
It was somewhere in the country. It was in the country, man. And there was this woman. She had a farmer's market. She had this big black kettle, and she would get those Spanish peanuts and boil those things. That man, it should give you like a big old bag of those things for like $1, dude. Those things were so good.
I'll say this for Chloe. Oh, you go to bed. I'm daddy here. I make the decisions.
And I'm an almonds guy. I like the roast. Like this roast is a little too much, or they like brown, or the meat gets brown.
Oh, I wanted to show people this because it just shows how dumb black people really are. But then again, I love showing that actually off. It's great. So this person asked Vivek Ramaswamy about like how he felt about reparations because he had an opinion on it last year because he was going to be president, obviously, and people ask you about every single issue under the sun.
That dude gave the same one off the cuff. He's brilliant.
Shit your views, man.
Reparations for Black Americans.
So here's my perspective. I was asked about this when I came to the south side of Chicago a year ago, and my position on this has not changed. I'm against race-based reparations because I think it will create more division, not less.
Race-based discrimination that occurs in this country for.
Yeah, so I should let me just clarify one aspect. I think there was a time and place for it in the Reconstruction era, but today, when we actually bring back racial reparations, it actually causes greater discrimination, not more. I think we're seeing a rise in anti-Black and I think other forms of racism in the country. But part of the reason I think we're seeing it is there's no better way to foster racial animus than to take something away from someone based on their skin color. Well, I appreciate you.
Yep. Sounds
and of course,
legit.
they're all communists. Yep. They're all wearing shirts that have the hammer and sickle.
Yeah. And they were. He made a comment about them selling stuff too. The communists are selling stuff outside the DNC.
Oh, and also, this is kind of just my opinion on it. Similarly, I know Myron, he's on Fresh and Fit. He had a different paragraph that I'll read just a moment. How do you kind of classify who gets it? Honestly, and then also, what's the correct number to give somebody? Like, what is the? Because I'm honest, and that is a rhetorical question. It doesn't matter. No number amount that would come up is good enough. Would be good enough for anybody.
No, and no one living now we had anything to do with this nonsense, dude. So like, stop trying to put that on us or trying to say that
blacks weren't the only ones that had slaves, though. Like, I don't
understand. Every single race
had slaves
on this planet has been discriminated against. Big freaking deal.
Because I know people went to public school and they're kind of indoctrinated people to think like one way, especially in the slavery part. Whenever you learn about it, they only talk about black people having slaves. That's literally factually not true. Okay, Irish people had slaves. People in Africa who are black slaved their own people. That's factual. You can look that up.
Well,
so
that's how slavery with the white people started. They sold their own people into slavery.
Yeah.
Native Americans, that when the warring tribes, the one tribe conquered another one, they enslaved the tribe that they conquered.
But they were all sitting around on this continent smoking a peace pipe and being cool with everybody, man, before the white man came and ruined it, right?
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
Myron said, "No reparations, you dumb bimbo. Vikram Ramaswamy is too nice to say the truth. He actually is. He's not some straight up like you're a fucking retard, but I wish he was. Blacks in America want handouts for work they didn't fucking do. True. Also, the reparations topic leads to a bunch of questions that need to be answered. How do we give reparations to people that claim to be descendants of slaves? How do we properly vet lineage? How much do we give? How do we use it? How do we pay for it? I got an idea for the black community. How about you get off welfare, stop abusing Section 8, stop listening to shitty violent rap music, buying designer clothing and jewelry, committing acts of violence against one another, and bring back the father and reestablish the nuclear family. If these morons want reparations so bad, they can start a business, have good credit, get a low-interest government business loan, and provide goods and services to their community. That's your reparations, you lazy fucks. God damn. Fuck. Were there any lies detected there?
No.
Not a single one. Yeah. Also, my my ex, she's a social worker. To be fair, yes, in California, mostly white people are on welfare more than black people. That is factually true. But the common race you see in there is black people. Common. Like they're like the second highest for the state. Like literally, go get a fucking job, you bum, and get off your lazy ass and work. God damn. Darnell's like, he might be telling the truth, but I'm like Mexicans. I don't know if I can say what he's thinking.
Nah.
More importantly, if I have to pay for what white people did back then, do I get royalties for what white people made? That's true. That's actually very true. If we took reparations, does that make us Uncle Toms? We'd be taking a fucking payout for our ancestors' suffering. Also true. Yep. Yeah, as you guys know, I'm just based like that.
Well, I forget his name. He was a slave. He gets released, and what he did was he went and fucking started his own plantation and became a badass, a rich badass. Like doing from being a slave to being a freaking badass and employing a ton of people.
Or let's just deny the fact that Kamala Harris's own father even admitted that her lineage goes back to being a plantation owner there in what country was that from? Right there in the Caribbean. So she's never descendant of slave owners.
That's what I've never understood when it comes to like this reparations argument. People get so mad about it. It's like, if you do not like white people, which is already racist in of itself, why would you want anything from them? Like, does that not make logical sense? I don't like this race, but I don't accept giant paychecks from them.
It's part of it is the mentality that you got one over on the, and I'm not saying this is how I'm talking about. Like the
general common sentiment that they have.
The way I say this is gonna sound racist. A lot of times when you catch someone doing something wrong and you hold them accountable for it, they get mad and they want to try and, like, if I'm putting all the evidence together, get to arrest someone, they're hoping I make a mistake so they can have me have to say, hey, I'm wrong, this guy's right. They want to get one over on that's why they'll take the money. They want to be able to get one over and say, yeah, I beat them.
Walter says, I hate the rap music, bad for the culture take. Most that have that take listen to rap music outside of the mainstream bullshit. Why don't we do that with other genres? Because that specific genre of music glorifies a lot of bad shit, and it's usually in the hands of just the younger generation of people. Even our younger generation, when we were younger, we had that, Yeah, obviously we didn't turn out as bad as that, but just having that as an influence definitely makes a difference. I mean, how much that's given how your life goes. I can't judge that specifically, but I understand that take though. If people understand, people are impressionable. So if someone sees that, they're gonna think that's like a life they should live. Gang banging, shooting, having like a nice chain. Like, come on, like that's such like, come on, like I wish people would look at it this way. That's just for fun. That's just entertainment. That's not actually a life you'd want to live. But people don't look at it that way. People never look at it that way. It's always looked in the bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and the ones that do live that way don't live long to enjoy their.
Those aren't even good people. The people that actually live that way are bad people.
I mean, those rappers got shot a few years ago. Like when they would start their shit, walk out their house, and they get fucking blown away.
Yeah. No, and I agree with that too. But the thing is, you know, it definitely has had an effect on people. It has. A lot of people try imitating all that stuff. You know.
Yeah, like more like I get what you're saying, but there's a difference. People don't emulate video games in real life to the level that people emulate these guys with their money and guns and jewelry. Like, who's that idiot who got that diamond embedded in his $20 million diamond embedded in his forehead? Some rapper. He got one.
But I don't know. That's out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah,
and Walter.
Yeah.
I get it, but
video games are less easier to represent too. You know,
what
like it's much easier for me to put on a fake chain.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Like, well, look, what MSK is saying is like if we take the top 100 songs in each genre in the past 20 years, you can almost guarantee all 100 of the rap ones are going to be kind of the same, glorifying, you know, murder, drugs, prostitution, sleeping around. Whereas, like, look, my favorite genre is ska. That's all about just being goofy and having a silly time. You know, rock and roll. Yeah, they got the ones that they glorify violence. They do, absolutely do. You're just way more prevalent in the rap genre.
Like what's that one song by Twisted Sister? I Wanna Rock. Yeah, that's to be fair. A song about a white guy that punches his teacher because he told him, "What do you want to do with your life?"
Yeah,
I want to rock. Yeah, to be fair, that is about rebelling against the system. But like that song, if you strip it apart, it's generally pretty fun. Like it's literally just white dudes rocking out. They're not actually telling you go defy your teacher, punch them, and do all that stuff. You know,
hey, you got to fight for your right.
Yeah,
that's still party.
Yeah, God, man. When I first
even
saw
the
music,
Beastie
like,
Boys after that, man, disowned that song. They couldn't stand it after a while because it was like a frat party song.
Yeah, and it was supposed. And the thing is the song is actually making fun of that.
Yep.
But then it ended up being
the biggest hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a catchy song, you know.
Like I would say, K-pop is bad for a lot of younger Korean viewers because K-pop portrays this image of girls doing something in front of them, and there's a lot that goes into it. But long story short, it kind of does what the rap music genre does. Instead it just kind of tells women, "Hey, if I look like this and dance and sing like this, you'll get a bunch of guys' attention." And it's like that's probably bad, honestly, because those K-pop stars are ran like ragged. If you really look into how that industry's worked, honestly, you know.
Oh, Walter, we agree. A narrative is definitely being driven. Absolutely, bud. 100%, man. We all agree with that shit.
You know?
Yeah, I want to say the people that own the record labels, aren't they like they own the prisons too, man?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I believe that's I think Ice Cube was talking about that like a while back.
Oh, I know you guys were talking about the whole Batman no kill rule in Iron Show. So there was there was an Injustice comic where Superman, you know, basically he's daydreaming. He's daydreaming. What if Batman actually killed him? Technically, the only time Batman's ever killed Joker is in a Injustice comic where Superman was envisioning Batman actually doing it. So in Injustice, Doomsday, Joker tricks Superman with the whole like toxin and shit. And in Superman's mind, if Batman actually killed the Joker, he just snapped his neck. He just straight up killed him. Honestly,
well, wasn't there an Injustice thing where Superman killed the Joker?
Yeah.
But in the comics,
there was a later comic where he envisioned like a world where none of this happened, and Batman just straight up did it. The thing you gotta understand is it happens with Dragon Ball Z a lot, where people kind of project what goes on in our world into that. Keep in mind, Gotham is an incredibly corrupt place. I shit you not. Frank Miller's Batman comic, Batman Year One, touched upon this. Remember how, if you've watched the animated movie, it did this too. Remember how Gordon showed up and he didn't want to do what the cop wanted because he was doing some very Detective Flask, actually. He was doing some very corrupt shit. He had Gordon arranged to be jumped and beaten and stripped naked because he didn't want to be corrupt, actually. Come on, Gotham is a very bad place. I get the argument. I really do. But you can't. I had to step back a few times doing these arguments. We can't just project the way we do things onto people. We can't. Because it's, first of all, it's an imaginary world that's not applicable, and Gotham is a very, very bad place. Come on, Batman has put the Joker away a few times. Why don't they just kill him? Why can't the authorities do it? Because Gotham is a corrupt place. Gotham is a terrible, ran down shithole. They could literally just do it themselves, but they don't. I wouldn't. Because the thing is, I always ask people this: if they say Batman could kill the Joker, I'll always ask you this: could you do it? Could you straight up kill him?
Yeah.
I don't think I personally couldn't. I actually can't. I'll probably just,
knowing the amount of people he's killed, I could.
You'd be able to live with it like every day, knowing you killed somebody. Actually,
and look, we talk about being a police officer. That was one of the first things they ask you.
That is true. That is true. Yep. They actually ask you that. Yep. They actually, if you're in a situation, could you take a life? And most people never actually give an answer. They usually just say it depends on the situation. That's all they say. They always say that it just depends on the situation. You know, actually,
I don't want to die.
In the death of the family, after I'm pretty sure this happened. I can't remember. Batman actually did beat him to almost death. I think one of the I think Superman stopped him from actually killing him. There's been times where he's almost did it. You know, it's just I can't project the way that I would do something onto him. I just can't, because, like, to be fair, I mean, people get called communist a lot. Well, you know, people like, what about free will? He has the choice of not doing it. Now, I will agree, him not killing Joker caused a lot of problems. Barbara gets paralyzed. Obviously, Jason killed himself. I'll be honest here. Jason didn't listen to Batman. He wouldn't have killed himself, honestly. But you could use that as an example.
How many innocents did Joker kill because Batman let him live?
He at one point threw a bomb in a kid's hospital. Allegedly. No, he actually did it. So he's, you know, it's I don't know. It's always it's a weird argument though, you know, because like Punisher murders his villains, you know. Of course, then again, we don't really know of many notorious Punisher villains because he kind of just wipes up the face of the earth. This guy, Vonster, there's this one thread where he was like, would Punisher actually put a guy's head through a wall? What? You fucking torse? Yes, he would. He's meant to. If you think Punisher wouldn't do what Batman wouldn't do, you're insane. He would actually kill him, you know? But then again, I like these discussions, actually. It just depends on how you personally look at it. I always look at it like this. Why doesn't the people in Gotham kill him? The actual officials, you know? Aren't supposed to trust the system? We're taught that the system is good and the judicial system is good. Why can't the system do it? Why can't they kill him? It's always Batman's fault. Understandable, but the system could also do it. I am blaming the system.
Globalists
it's a
run
systemic
Gotham.
problem, honestly.
They want Joker to kill as many people as they can.
I don't know. I'm of the mind, if I'm in a position where I know someone will go to hurt countless people and don't stop it, their hurt is on me. I don't expect Batman agrees, but that's me. Yeah, everyone's moralistic way of looking at something is different. Like, I'll use another example a lot of people know. A lot of people call Goku a bad dad because they saw some fucking memes YouTube channels made. Now, keep in mind, I want to be able to explain. I want to explain this easily. How he wouldn't be ever considered a bad dad in real life. Keep in mind, like we're just projecting the way their life is onto someone else. And imagine for us an imaginary world anyway. So the stakes are way different in general. A lot of people really aren't media literate because they're not really understanding what's going on. They're just kind of consuming. But it's fine if you work a hard job and you go home and just throw a cold one back. Keep in mind, Raditz comes to planet Earth to take his brother back and to basically kill everybody. Raditz takes Gohan, and what does Goku do? Go and save him. He even sacrifices his own self to be killed by his mortal enemy at the time, which is Piccolo.
Yeah, he teamed up with his mortal enemy, man, because it was a greater
he killed himself.
Evil.
He knew he doesn't do that to Raditz. Raditz is going to kill them all at that point. Like, how could that be ever considered a bad dad? You could never be considered a bad dad doing that.
I think it's when he throws him at Cell, and Cell just beats the living hell out of him and everything. It's the example they always use.
When Goku came back from King Kai after he learned the Kaioken Spirit Bomb, who's the first person he saved outside of Krillin?
Gohan was on the he put him on Flying Nimbus.
When they went
Nappa
to
Nappa was like, what is that thing? And you see it.
Yeah,
that's
when they
so
went to
good.
Namek, actually. Remember
so
who he saved
in
after
the
Raccoon?
ocean dub.
Raccoon was going to kill Gohan. Who does Goku save first? He saves Gohan first. You know? People say he doesn't parent Gohan good. All right. How about when Gohan wanted to go fight in Perfect Cell? He was like, I'm going to go save Piccolo. What did Goku do? He punched him in his face and said, you're not going. I don't know. Kind of sounds like a good dad to me. Yes, if you understand, Gohan was his first son. He's going to make mistakes, obviously. People say the Cell Senzu Bean one. Keep in mind, Piccolo, before the Cell Juniors came in to fight them, Piccolo had said, hey, you shouldn't have did that with Gohan. He's not like you. Let's get in there and help him. Goku was like, maybe you're right. He literally said, maybe you're right. I was overconfident in my son. But what dad isn't confident in their own kid? Like, I'm just saying, most people think he's a bad dad, listen to a bunch of fucking retarded memes, and they literally couldn't think for themselves. If you look at the series, he's not a bad dad in mostly any context, and most of that could be explained if you just watch the series, actually.
He's a terrible husband, though. You can make that
really
argument.
He's actually a pretty terrible fucking dad.
Well,
husband for sure.
One of my favorite episodes is that filler one when him and Piccolo have to go get the driver's license because Chi-Chi is being chased home by a giant wild boar trying to bring groceries back. When Goku could literally just fly to the freaking grocery store and pick up some groceries and bring it back. But no, Chi-Chi's got to do it.
Okay, right.
And he shows up, throws a giant fish on the table and be like, here's dinner.
Remember the driving instructor? The driving instructor said, wait, if you could fly, why do you need a license? That makes sense. Why do you need a license?
Do I get a license? No, you're the worst driver ever. You'd be a danger to everyone on the road.
Oh, God. Jeez, man.
That's so funny. They say he's
I'm actually gonna do evergreen content like that. We're saying Goku. There's a video concept like Goku's not a bad dad. Giving Cell a Senzu Bean doesn't matter, or why it was stupid to be outraged about Goku giving Cell a Senzu Bean. Because if you look at the context of what they had shown before, can you really be a deadbeat if you're always dead? Well, he wasn't really always dead. He was only dead for about so he was dead for almost a year after Raditz dies. He was dead because Gohan was 9. He was dead for 7 years. He was 16. So he was dead for only 8 years of his life. And the reason why he didn't get chosen to get resurrected back was because he said he thought he was the reason why the villains came to Earth. And let's be honest here, that's the reason why he was the reason why Raditz came to Earth. And that's kind of caused the chain events of the series, So he's basically put him. Yeah, go ahead.
He gave Cell that Senzu Bean. He wanted Cell to be beaten completely, so he knew that he was beaten completely, and there was no, if I'd have had this, I'd have had that. I think that's part of that too, man.
And keep on the first year does not count because if he doesn't sacrifice himself, everyone dies. Just keep in mind.
I like how Piccolo just throws Gohan in the water. He wakes him up after his dad's been killed. He throws him in the creek. Fend for yourself.
Hey, man, and I know dads that have been away from their kids' life the entirety of the day they've been alive. Hey, look at me. My dad's been gone forever, Just saying.
Hey, Professor Savage dad will return eventually.
Yeah, I'm going to keep introducing you guys as not Savage Dad until he returns. And then I'll still do it afterwards because it's still a funny running gag.
I like that one. It's a good joke.
Like, I don't see people getting on Vegeta in the series. Remember in the Buu Saga? And I like the Buu Saga a lot. Remember, Vegeta sold his soul to Babidi to get a power boost after he had already been a good guy because Goku came back and his mind just flipped and he
wanted
killed
to do
people
was fight
again.
Goku. Yeah.
He literally shot a blast so powerful. It could have hit his wife. Her Bulma is right there. It could have straight up killed her. He literally forsake being the dad because Goku came back. I was like, that's a bad dad. He literally willingly put the entire Earth at risk to put Majin Buu out because he wanted to fight Goku that bad. Now, for the character of Vegeta, that makes a lot of sense. But realistically, if you project anything, that's stupid. He himself was a bad dad. He didn't even want to be a dad. Remember? Yeah. He didn't even want to be around Trunks when he was like 5 years. When he was a baby, he was like, After Dr. Giro left them, remember, he was like, her concern is none of my concern. That's Trunks is like 5 months old.
Stupid woman and her child.
What the hell? A terrible dad. Like,
Yeah, and
Trunks
like when they were
Trunks gets in
training,
front of
he's
him,
like, he told Trunks, if you land a punch, we'll go to the park. And Trunks punched him in
he punched him in the nose.
He knocks
put his
the
5-year-old
hell
kid
out
in
of
the nose.
He's like crying. He's just like, you didn't say you'd hit. I didn't say I wasn't going to hit you back. Dry your eyes. We're going to the park.
Or in the Android saga, remember when 17, 16 all leave? Future Trunks gets in front of him and says, you're not going. He punches his own son in the stomach.
Yeah.
And just leaves. Like, he's not exactly he himself was a bad dad throughout the series. He does kind of redeem himself toward the very end, but he himself was a bad dad, actually. Yeah. He let Majin Buu come out because Goku surpassed him. Keep in mind, this man sold his soul to Boppity, and Goku had Super Saiyan 3. He sold his soul for imagine that. You sell your soul and you still can't beat
that's
that
why
guy.
he was so mad, because he was like, he had Super Saiyan 3 the whole time. You were just playing with me. Yeah.
Piccolo really is a good dad. I would consider him more like a good uncle. He was really good to Japan. If you watch Dragon Ball Superhero, he was a great dad. Gohan himself was a bad dad. Gohan, his protesters worked so much, he let Piccolo take care of Pan. Gohan did that in the recent movie.
Piccolo was dope. Even when he was training Gohan, and Gohan was like sleeping on the ground, he goes, and I love the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z is my favorite. That first however many episodes they did, when he's just like, don't worry, kid, I won't let anything happen to you. And like, I love that. The music that they did with that was so good. The freaking guitar.
You guys, I can't wait to put out those evergreen Dragon Ball Z videos, and I know they're gonna make people angry. Just complete media literacy with retards that watch stuff. Like,
I know, because everybody kept saying Goku's a bad dad, Goku's a bad dad, Goku's a bad dad.
Where's that come from?
I don't know. I was just like, I guess everybody
never
just
thought that in
agrees
my
with
entire
it.
life. Yeah,
me either, man. And then everybody on the internet's like, he's a terrible dad, terrible dad, terrible dad. No, the terrible dad is that kid, is that dude from Hunter x Hunter. That guy's a piece of garbage.
A terrible dad, an anime bad dad. I can't blame the fourth Hokage. That really wasn't his fault, though. He can't really blame him.
Mr. Satan, a bad dad too. Pan's dad, not Pan.
Which one? Videl. Yeah. Oh, Hercule. Hercule. Yeah.
And they couldn't call him Mr. Satan, so they called him Hercule. Yeah. And he trips out because Videl is devil mixed up.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super gets a lot of shit, but there's a ton I appreciate what it's done for character development. Yeah. It's good. It's actually showed Krillin being a lot more of a character, and Android 18 appreciating him. And come on, guys, Krillin landed Android 18. That should show you could get any girl you want. That man landed Android 18. That's pretty dope.
I made about 10 episodes in that series and realized there was more action in those 10 episodes than there was in like 5 seasons of Dragon Ball Z. I was like,
God.
How far did
you get in Super?
The future.
Did you finish Super?
No, I didn't get a chance. I got away from it. I met my current wife and I just stopped watching stuff. And,
okay. So you prioritize girls
Goku
over
Black.
Dragon Ball.
That stuff was. I thought Goku Black was.
I didn't see any yet.
Oh, that's some good.
Oh, a bad dad. Elric and the Elric brothers' dad.
Yeah.
He leaves his wife to go create homunculi. What? Just stops taking care of his family so he can scientifically go engineer people from this like philosopher's stone. That's just a horrible dad. There's no redeeming that guy. Fuck that guy. What a piece of living shit that guy is.
Kenji's dad from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
How bad is he? I never seen that. How bad is he?
It's his dad. He's the guy who runs the whole program.
Oh shit!
The guy with the glasses always sitting like this.
I
can't remember his name. Yeah, that dude's a piece of shit.
Anime will teach you things and then make you. That's why I love anime. It makes you feel things you never even felt. That's why Assault Akira Toriyama's gone. You know, he created probably one of the most timeless classic things ever in Dragon Ball. As a Dragon Ball, every bit of it, even if it's some is worse than the others. This franchise just makes you feel, think, do, and say things you would never say. I don't know how much of a creator you have to be good to do that. That's crazy. You win it, Darnell.
Thanks, Walter.
You honestly can't top what he just said and the Fullmetal Alchemist Brothers dad. They're just terrible people.
Watching Evangelion, you'll see you picked as a good one, but this dad is the fucking top piece of shit dad in anime.
I like T.O.P. I feel like it went on a little bit longer than it needed to be.
Kenji's dad and Neon and Evangelion. Yeah, that dude's a hard, straight up piece. So, man, let me tell you how bad of a dad he is. He makes a clone of his dead wife so he can hook up with her, man. That he sacrificed to make this whole. You had to. It's one of those things. You either like it or you don't, man. I watched the anime from start to finish from the. A couple of times, the one from the 90s and all those movies.
I can't, man. When they lose the money and they lose the rights and the other studio takes over, it just gets too stupid.
Dude, he goes out there and it's just.
Are you gonna watch the Transformers 1 movie?
My kids are gonna want to watch it, so we will. But I'm gonna wait till it comes out on streaming.
I think I am too. I don't know, honestly. I just.
I'm not about to spend money on that piece of trash. That trailer. Dude, that trailer, man, it is garbage. And terrible. You get a bunch of actors instead of voice actors. You do this stupid. It almost looks like a prequel to Earthspark. And look, Earthspark was horrendous, even without whatever that trend. Without that, Earthspark was like, dude, it was like AIDS. It was like AIDS and freaking and smallpox and everything mixed together and poured into your eyes and ears. It was awful.
Damn.
It was terrible. I watched all 6 episodes. It was the most obnoxious, annoying stuff ever. And like this looks like everything about this is cringe trash, man. I hope it. I'm sorry. I love Transformers, but I don't blindly support them, man, because that movie, I hope it loses a ton of money because it looks like garbage.
Listen, man, you know it's going to be pretty bad. You know it's going to be pretty bad because Peter Cullen didn't even sign on to voice Optimus. So that's how you know that the huge red flag.
Didn't he retire though?
No, he didn't retire. I just don't think they got him to do that, man. Although he is like about 84, I think. Or
what
80.
hurts about that is my kids will eat up any fucking Transformer stuff that comes out now. Mm-hmm. I've tried to get them to watch the old movie from 84 like 15, 20 times. They make it like 20 minutes and they quit. We don't like this.
Because that now that movie was not. See, this movie looks like it's just made for little kids, and all the little stands are just like, Transformers movie made for kids. The 86 movie was not made just for kids. They figured of course, it traumatized all of us that went to go see it in the movie theater. Dude, I went to go see it, and I knew my buddy had told me what was going to happen, and it still broke me. Like the rest of the fans, like for that whole rest of that year, we were all like in mourning, like our dad had died.
Yeah,
but it was brutal, but it wasn't like geared just strictly towards kids. Hell, they even threw curse words in it so they could give it a PG rating, so they could show it at night and get better time slots. But this is just, it looks awful. If they'd have made a movie, there's so many things you could have done with the origin. You could have went with the straight up G1 cartoon origin. You could have went with the which I kind of like, that aligned continuity they were having, where Orion Pax is or the War Within a continuity where Orion Pax is like an archivist working under Alpha Trion and seeing all this stuff, and Megatron's like a worker, like in the mines, and he's got all these, because they were basically in that sort of origin, they were kind of like brought up as like everybody was like created for a function. You were a miner, that's what you were going to do for the rest of your existence, was be a slave in the energon mines. And he started a revolution, and then wound up, and Orion Pax was like, used to pick up all the transmissions of the fights and monitor all that stuff, and he started to admire him. And
Nate says, hope you guys are having a good night. By tomorrow, the PC will be fully set up. Yeah, Nate finally did it, and he got the PC. That's what I say. Hey, if you have the money and you've been working and you can do it, make it happen, because laptops are okay. You can buy good gaming laptops now that are about the same, but that's kind of only for on the go. Get a PC if you can. If you've been working hard.
Man, has anybody got an old laptop that works, man? I've had like
I looked.
I just had 2 die on me. One was really old, and what I had to do, I had it set up in the weight room, man. So, and I got a TV there as the monitor, and so
Yeah,
that one died, and then the other one I had that was slower and not as old as that one, it decided to die the other day. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not watching. I got used to it, man. It was like, I don't know. It was that HP laptop I had, man. It was old, dude, but it worked. It was still pretty fast. Although that was the one when I got on your stream that night, MSK, and I was like having to unplug stuff to put the stuff in where I was like 30 seconds behind everybody else, man. It was just robot.
I remember that.
fine. Chloe says, got to get a top tier game PC for Monster Hunter Wilds. No, you don't. I mean, I can buy it for you. I'll be your sugar daddy and buy it for you.
I just need a good. I'm just graphics cards are nothing like they were, man. Those things were like $2,000 and $3,000 for a while, man. Now
I lucked out. A buddy of mine bought one, and they sent him 2. He was like, "Hey, you want it? You want this extra one?" He gave it to me.
Man, I'm gonna get one day, and I'm gonna finally play Doom Eternal. Of course, there'll be another Doom game. That medieval one will come out by the time I get a graphics card for Doom Eternal. You seen the trailer for that Doom medieval? Oh, shit, that looks bad.
So my tower, I've had it since 2018. Later on, after I buy this thing that I need, I'm gonna just save up completely for a new tower. Actually, I'm just gonna make the commitment. So for it after I pay this big thing off that I just bought today because I needed this for things that we talked about doing. Because I have the first component I told you guys I got that. I paid that off. Now I have this one I have to pay off. Once I pay off that one, I'm fully just gonna get a new PC. I don't need the monitors. I already have those. Those are fine. I just need a new tower because the towers now are way stronger than the ones that I bought. And I bought this one on basically open box from Best Buy for like $700, and I was not looking at my bank account when I did that. Let's just say
dude, like mine. I wish now that I'd have gotten the 8-core instead of the 6-core, even though my processor is retarded fast. I just need a graphics card. And I finally figured out everything was kind of messing up. Now. And yeah, you can kiss my ass, Nate, with your 4060.
Nate's like, I can see you guys all clearly now. Everything runs smoothly. It's like, yeah, that's when it happens. You get a new updated computer.
I tell you, I can't tell if I'm running a 4. I can't remember if I'm running a 460 or 470. 4070.
It should tell you if you look in the specs. That's what
I know. Well, yeah, I'm just not looking at it right now.
Oh, I never.
I mean, I bought, and the thing is, I upgraded my graphics card specifically for my AI video work because it takes a lot of power. That's not true. Do it.
You got an old one that still works. You want to get rid of?
What are you finding?
I was using onboard graphics, so I don't have any graphics cards.
Mine. And I was trying to explain this to Jack. That you could have gotten my motherboard with an onboard graphics thing, but I chose the option not to get it, even though there's a little spot for it where you plug something in, like you'd plug like your own analog control. It goes nowhere. It's not even integrated to anything. But like, I finally figured out, man, that like I bought all new SATA cables for my stuff. I still use these old SATA cables in like and I still need to format my second hard drive, man. But now that I did that stuff, and I would like to get like another. I'm old school. Get another inside
what I told you, man?
DVD burner, man.
I told you that I was for most of the Energon Universe stuff because this is when I'm going to do my comic channel update video. Yeah. Unless it's a 3-5-part miniseries, that's probably the limit. 3-5-part miniseries. I'll probably just wait to get the stuff in trade. Now, I'll still buy the single issues to obviously have them because I just like doing it as a hobby. But it's way cheaper. I mean, I'm not saying I need cheaper.
Trades, man. There's way too many
trades, and just you get all the issues at once anyway.
It's too many to keep up with. I'd have to go back and buy all the Void Rivals. I have to buy all of Cobra Commander, all of Duke.
I just bought them in
Void
the trades.
Rivals. Yeah, I'm gonna buy the trades. Void Rivals is great, especially if you're a Transformers fan. It's like
they said Duke
it's like season 3. Duke? They go into it's like season 3 in space. It's cool, man.
Yeah, people said it would be like Duke, Transformers, Void Rivals, Cobra because there's only 4 books out right now. It's a lot. It's getting ranked weird. I mean, I read Transformers Volume 1. Damn, it's so good. I couldn't imagine the other ones being better. That's crazy.
No, nothing is as good as I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's the best piece of Transformers media as far as Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
It is the best characterization. It like distills like the G1 Prime from the cartoon and adds just more weight to it. Like, the part where he steps on the deer, that is so cool, man. That was like,
that was crazy. Everyone talked about that part, but there were so many more better, wholesome moments for him in the book.
There's that one where he's just looking out at the stars and they're talking about how like he's like his like the weight or his guilt could fill a chasm because he's like responsible for everybody that died, and it's like RC talking about him while he's just out there looking and stuff like that. It's so good, man.
And here I am running a PC
speaking of comics
from 2013, and it's still running like a freaking beast.
That's
crazy. To be fair, all you would have to do is just replace the components in it, unless you really have.
I did replace the motherboard, and then I got a Radeon RX 590 card.
Okay,
and the card that I just recently put in my system's an RTX 4070 Super.
Oh yeah, that's the fire right now.
Mac Daddy.
Speaking of comics, the Ribiverse Comics' $5 sale is over, and don't worry, I'm gonna have that Air July video coming out very soon. Just imagine this: $60,000 accumulated. Now, keep in mind, when I did that podcast yesterday with Jared and Nick, Phoenix Press, this was actually at $49,620 some odd dollars. Bruh, they just got another. Oh my god! Everyone just got paid and just spent even more money. I should you not go back on that podcast yesterday. There was a part we were talking about this. It was at $49K. Now it's at $60K. People spent $15,000 in less than like 24 hours after they got paid. And keep in mind, it's $5. What can go bad? It's only $5 plus shipping. It's like a $10 shipping clause, give or take where you're at. $5 for any of the ISOM books, main cover ISOM #1, cover C, and then ISOM #2 and Alpha Core and all that stuff. Not Yaira or Gooding, all that stuff yet, but posters and everything. Let me ask you, this is a great skill for anybody. And I just want to tell you this right now. You can make money doing things the normal way, and you can also make money in a different way. They made money for a sale. People that couldn't buy right when it happened because, economy's pretty bad, money's tight for a lot of people. Why not? If you let's hypothetically say he's liquidating. Who gives a fuck? Every business does that. Every single business on this fucking planet does that.
Let me guess, the EJTDS, whatever you want to call these haters, are talking smack about. He could literally give them $5 each. Here's $5 just for no reason. They just be like, "What wasn't it 10?" They'd be bitching about something.
Yeah,
man.
A ton of people have been in. You can just read the comments. Some people said, "Hey, I couldn't get in when you did it, but I sure did it now." Because there's people that wait for sales. And he even said they're not going to do them all the time. Yeah. Every once in a while, they'll do them. But that's the thing. Every once in a while, within about maybe a couple years, you could just buy everything at a cheap price. What's wrong with that? It's not a bad thing either way, no matter how much you slice it. You make money now, and you just make money then. People are going to buy in because they want to be in the now. Like we just did Transformers, for example. The people that are buying the Transformer issues right now, before the next trade comes out in November, they're just getting in right now because they want to be in the know right now. Or you just wait for the trade like I am when it comes out in November. And you just read it then. It's that simple, guys. It's not like there's different forms of making money. They're like not everyone's financial situation is the same as everyone else's. Of course, you're gonna have a lot of people that buy in instantly. Well, fucking course. There's some people's money situations are better than other people's.
I read the Transformers books outselling everything DC has.
By a long shot. There. I haven't checked the numbers recently, but I remember when I last did it, it was. Let me see.
I know. I'm telling you, man.
What month are we in? Are we in August?
Yeah, August. I tell you what, though, man, it is sure resonating with the fans, man. Old school fans and new school fans, man.
Chloe, you would melt these guys' brains. They don't know what Steam is. If they knew what Steam was and what they would charge for video games, they would break in half.
I think my brother bought me Alien Isolation for 99 cents.
No way, really? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, when they had a Steam sale.
I bought Sonic Generations for $12 with the DLC. $12.
Yeah. I might start. Iron got me talking.
That's awesome,
I
man.
might stream that game, man. That is one of the dude.
Walter says, I'm officially a Riververse supporter now, I guess. I bought ISOM 1 and 2 and Alpha Core 1. Figured I see for myself what you clouchers have been. Yeah, I would always say, hey, you made a bigger investment than a lot of people. Most people would just get like one book. But hey, if you end up not liking it or do liking it, your opinion's welcome here, and we're not going to shit on you. You could straight up say they're the fucking biggest piles of shit you ever read. Wouldn't matter to me. That's your opinion. I wouldn't care. No way. That's crazy. These people would spontaneously combust if you told them what Steam does for video games. They would. They would just straight up melt. Honestly,
99 games. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I bought Dragon Ball Z Fighters for like $20. To be fair, there's a reason why modern gaming is bad, because all the DLC characters that are actually good they're a lot of money. Let's just say that,
dude. Man, like they used to when they had.
August, right? Let's see.
It wasn't like DLCs. They were basically like an add-on to the game. It was like a separate, like when you could buy. And when I get all my, I got a filing cabinet. I've got all my vintage PC games I used to buy. Like I bought that game Fear, and then there was a Extraction Point. That was the add-on to it, which was maybe even scarier than the original game. It was an entire game. And just like Doom 3 had Resurrection of Evil. It was like an add-on. It was like basically like an entire freaking game, not like this little campaign. It was like an entire freaking, yeah.
Okay. Well, Diesel wanted us to show this, so I was gonna go over this anyway. There's by units, and then there's by dollars. Okay. So we'll do them both.
I just saw somebody on X commenting on it, and I'm just like, yeah, that's good. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I hadn't checked them out in a while. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it.
The friggin' top 50 fans comics. Love it.
Okay, so this is top 50 comics by units sold. So that would be like what stores buys. So that's not really what I need. Top 50 comics by dollars. Okay, so we'll just use top 10. X-Men number 1. This is the TMNT, not reboot. They're just. This is an ongoing series. You know what they do? It's an ongoing series, and they don't reboot it to number 1. They just stop the series and just reboot it back to number 1 with the same continuity. Stupid. Yeah, I agree. Ultimate.
Yeah, Larry Hama's still.
Yep, Transformers number 10. It's 5. Yeah, they're still
number
ordering.
5. Yeah.
Yep, number 5. Yep. Other Image Comics are probably make Ghost Machine and shit like that. No, it's like Image Comics.
Void Rivals is down there a little bit too.
I think it is. Yeah, Rook is down here.
Most of the top of the top 10.
Batman actually used
Destro in there.
Fell off.
Like a year ago.
Destro's at 16 right now. Based off last month projections.
Like they're gonna have.
You mind? Batman's not here in the top 10 anymore. Batman's actually fallen compared to this is what stores buy for their customers pre-ordering it. Batman's fallen down here, right there. That's bad. That's really, 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 really bad.
Yeah,
that's their biggest flagship character. Superman, Superman's there too. Yeah, but that's 13. It's still out of the top 10.
Hey, thanks for the shout out there, Drunken Emerald. I appreciate that, man.
Keep in mind, DC has no books in the top 10. All of it's dominated by basically Marvel and then Transformers and TMNT. So Marvel has been bouncing back a little bit. They've been trying some stuff. Let's just say. This is by comic by dollars. So yeah, no Batman. That's actually crazy. No Deadpool and Wolverine number 3 outsold Batman.
Ahsoka.
What is that? X-Men number 1. Is that some kind of reboot or something?
Yes, it was with Gail Simone. Gail Simone's the writer of that.
Remember,
they got beaten by fucking Zeb Wells. Batman got beat by Zeb Wells. Bruh, what is DC doing? This is horrible. This is so bad. They have no comic in the top 10. They have a comic in the top 16. Oh, we're in
Transformers number 10 is number 11. That's volume, right? That's unit sold. That's dollars.
But no, yeah. So this would mean that this is what people would be buying, even based off the numbers. So Transformers is still selling pretty well. But keep in mind, once the series gets further past like 1 through 5, it kind of falls off depending on what series title. But to still be number 11, despite being 10 issues in, it's great without them rebooting back to a number 1. Graphic novel sales, Cobra Commander.
That is killer.
I bought this book. I need to read it. The Justice League.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you ever watched. You probably haven't watched the old original cartoon or that movie that they put out. It's got some
Deadpool
stuff in
kills
there,
the
but it
Marvel
makes
universe. It's
fucking,
10 years ago.
I tell you what
the
though, man,
fuck?
the excitement around that Transformers book is like back in 2002 when Dreamwave got the license. If they keep writing this stuff, man, just tell Skybound like they keep writing this stuff good. And I don't know if it's possible. I'd
I'll
be
be
getting
honest,
Daniel Warren Johnson to continue to write this book as long as I could, because he knows that man knows how to write Optimus Prime.
So
But you'll
this is what I would
you'll have fans like me for life, man. I'll keep buying that book.
this is what I would call like speculation buying. A lot of people thought Deadpool Wolverine was going to be based off Deadpool Kills Marvel Universe. That's probably the reason why that shot up in value or shot up being purchased, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like you said, it's old as shit.
Yeah, it's old too. Supergirl One of Tomorrow. And keep in mind, DC Compact Comics, these are basically it's DC's way of doing an epic collection in manga form at $10. That's literally what it is. It's basically epic collection mixed with manga for a completed story arc for a popular character. And by popular, that can mean anything because they're doing one for the Black Green Lantern girl. So popular is debatable, depends on who you say. But hypothetically speaking,
Green Lantern girl.
Black Green Lantern woman, yes. And I'm not buying that one, but someone will. No one will. Someone will, not me. But yeah, that's it. DC is doing better in the graphic novel section because I imagine the Compact Comics, the ones that just came out. Also, Superman is based off the new movie coming out. Supergirl, that's what the new movie's based around. I mean, who wouldn't buy Court of Owls anything? Like, that's just, Court of Owls is amazing. Duke Volume 1, still pretty good. I bought that. I got to read it, but I heard it's really, really good, honestly.
It is. It's real. It's pretty cool, man.
Space
and
Mullet, TMNT Last Ronin is always a top five selling graphic novel. It's never been out of the top 5. It's just constantly selling. People constantly buy it. It's just that good, apparently.
Dude, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is just one of those things, man. I mean, when you back in the day, you first hear it, you're just like, what is this bad shit crazy thing? And then, good grief. That cartoon was on every day when I came home from school, and I was like in junior high and high school and whatnot. And come on, and I'm sorry, I had to watch it. The song would come on, and I'm just like, that is the most catchy song intro ever.
I did catch a little bit of a snippet from Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, just one panel. I don't have the book. I haven't read the story, but someone sent me. I saw it on Facebook where Professor X tried to stop Deadpool, and apparently Deadpool's mind is so fucked, his mind exploded. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, all right. And people want to talk about morality and killing characters. I mean, they took this risk. I forget, it was in DC Rebirth. So there's a story where the Flashpoint Batman, whom is Bruce's dad in that timeline, did something where he got out of it, and he was disgusted by what Bruce became. Now, I can see where that happens. Now he hires Bane to do something because he hires Bane and then to basically kind of stop him from being Batman or whatever to show him what he's doing wrong. In that story, Bane tells him, "I have Alfred right now, and I will kill him if I see any of you." Guess what Damian Wayne does, because he's such a fucking little piece of shit. He goes in there and he gets captured, and Bane snaps Alfred's neck, kills him. I gotta agree with Joker. Having Robins is a detriment, especially little kid. Like Damian's always been a little piece of shit.
No kid, man. They even made him. They made him that in those
movies.
In those animated films. You were just like, somebody needs to just stomp him.
Any book you read, he's like that too. They took that personality straight from the books, which is pretty accurate. He is like that, actually. But goddamn, like Batman tells Jason, "Don't go to the Joker." Goes and gets killed. Damian, don't do this. Person dies.
They all want to prove Bruce wrong.
Thank God there's only one, Nightwing, the other ones are debatably good. I like Tim Drake, actually. I like Tim Drake a lot, but good Lord.
I love that freaking, did you watch all of Batman Beyond?
Yeah, several times.
Yeah, the return of Joker with the Tim Drake where he overrid his
Even if you watch the uncensored death, it's still good. It's still fine. Yeah, either one is good. If you haven't seen the uncensored death, watch it. It just honestly, you pick your poison. They're both really good. They both don't hurt the story at all. It's just a pick of your litter, honestly. I would say the other one's more violent, but then again, you know, I like the Japanese version. Joker falls on that liquid and electrocutes himself, but in our version, he gets shot.
Yeah, Tim Drake shoots him with the little prop gun that shoots the spike out. I've never seen that. Then
what would be more traumatic for Tim, shooting Joker or causing him to trip on water that would electrocute him? Either way, pretty good. RIP to the career prospects of whoever is casted by Damian Wayne.
I feel bad for that kid.
All right, can you be a total and complete asshole and
he needs to be black? I don't like race laws, but I advocate Jaden Smith play Damian Wayne.
They'll probably make him the best character in the movie.
Oh, please. Oh, if they do that, I'm going to slit my throat. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Scorpio, what's up, buddy? Trip in shrooms is the best move. You know, I've had sex with a lot of girls, so, you know, tripping is pretty easy. Chloe says, I bought the whole Dragon Age trilogy for like $8. Granted, I kind of regret because Dragon Age Origins apparently hates modern hardware and crashes a lot. I never played Dragon Age ever, honestly, so hopefully what you're saying is true. And you're a girl, so you're notoriously lie to black men like myself. Just depends.
I even dated a girl who was into video games. It was always just me.
Did you see that take from Liz Wheeler where she parroted? She posted this like fake stat that she didn't know was fake, and this fake stat represented some weird woman's viewpoint of like what would be unattractive to guys, and video games was at the top.
I saw that.
Over like taxidermy and bird watching. Bird watching. If a woman finds a dude attractive for bird watching, you might be talking to a serial killer. I'm not.
All I know is the past few women that I've dated have been into gaming.
Never met one. Never met one.
I don't know, man. I can't get past like 3 weeks, but that's been a long time ago, and I was just like, yeah, I've been single a long time, man. I'm set in my ways, man.
You don't know what taxidermy is because they forgot what it means.
About 3 weeks, I'm just like, you gotta go.
Taxidermy is the
Stuffing
art
animals.
of preparing, stuffing, and mounting the skins of animals with life-like effect. If any woman finds it attractive, you need to be put in a mental insane asylum. Just saying. There's this thing about women just prefer danger. Like, this is what I've never understood as being a nerd or someone who's a Giga Chad nerd like me, because you guys are like, you know, sweaty, smelly, fat nerds, but I'm the Chad, right? What is with like people not liking? I get it. Some gamers are weird. Some people are smelly and they talk funny and they act weird. I get it. But outside of that, what's the general issue that women find with dudes playing video games? Video games, honestly, not just massive stress, but they're insanely fun. Well, I don't get the issue.
My wife, when we met, she was like, before I could tell I was into video games, she just trashed him. I said, that's my hobby. And she said, well, I'm going to give it a shot anyway, but I'm going to tell you now, I cannot stand video games because the ex before me she was with, the dude lived to play. Like he would forego like events just to play a game.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
I hear that from a lot of women.
Addiction territory, dude.
A lot of women say they hate games because of the a guy they were with. He did nothing but play games.
That is understandable, but those would be the guys that would be considered too addicted. Like even gamers themselves would make fun of those dudes. Yeah. Like if you're a person where you go to work, your bills are paid, kids are taken care of, hypothetically if you have kids, hypothetically, and you're doing everything you need to do, I just couldn't see an issue with someone having a hobby as a stress reliever.
And and I told her, I said, guys who play like that, we can't stand guys like that because
no one likes people like that. Yeah.
I wouldn't be friends with a guy like that.
Yeah. And like obviously there is exceptions to even that, but that would only be an exception if you were like some actual pro esport player where that's you're also playing for a job and you're also playing for your livelihood. That's different. But if you're just a casual hardcore guy where you're like forsaking like going to the bathroom to play games, you know, that's a problem. Like I just don't get it. It feels like people just want to take random jabs at nerds because they're happy in that space because they themselves aren't happy. Like they're just projecting their own unhappiness onto nerds because I've never found the issue with playing video games. There's nothing wrong with them unless like, the modern ones are just really bad.
Dude, there's some miserable psychopaths out there that just want they want to suck the joy away from like whatever you're doing. But
Chloe says hoes will
I know this
pimp
is
for dom.
hilarious.
Yeah, that's the thing. Women will watch serial killer documentaries and then get mad at you for playing a video game in an imaginary world. Like, what level of logic does that make? That's why women are stupid. It's why women are dumb. They're not smart. It makes no sense. They'll watch serial killer documentaries, but they get mad at you for playing a video game, which you're killing people imaginary.
What CS was saying was you're taking the attention away from them, and
Of course, yeah.
Right about that. Sorry, but like I can't spend all of my time like I go back to Patrice O'Neill's bit. I can't spend all the time with you all the time. If you're there somewhere in the dwelling, and Patrice was like in the vents, you could be in the vents, that's cool. But
my last girlfriend and I had 2 TVs set up in our bedroom. Each of us had a gaming system, our own gaming systems, and we'd sit there and play games together.
I used to want that so bad, to meet someone and be like that.
Of course, she's an ex now, unfortunately, because it just didn't work out in the end. But still,
I don't play games that much. Although I am thinking about streaming Alien Isolation, man, since watching Romulus, man. That's a freaking game is that is. Like it? I love that movie.
I just saw it.
As an Alien fan, man, I can see how some people might not like. I loved it. There was a few things.
I understand
that
the
were
issues. Yeah, like the issues are there, but it's not like they're not like so big that it hurts the movie. I hate people do that. I hate when there's like small issues that everyone can see, but then they make them out to be so much more bigger than they are.
That's why
they're not like
I couldn't stand the whole nerdrotic and everything. They just sit there and trash it. It's the same thing they have in watched Aliens or something. Look, man, I will watch another Alien movie. I want to see the Colonial Marines, a bunch of them with pulse rifles going and killing aliens. We'd love that. We'd freaking absolutely love that shit, man. I don't care if it's pulling ideas from the original ones. There were a few lines that they took directly from the movies that were a little kind of but it wasn't enough to make me hate the movie. Plus, there was so much stuff in there, and the production value, good grief, man. Miniatures, barely any CGI, all practical effects for the most part. And those, you can tell those ships look so dang good.
Gary. I know Gary didn't like it that much, but that's opinions. I can't expect everybody to like this. Yeah, it's always fun that. And to be fair, I like when people have those opinions because maybe they can bring up a point that I didn't see when I was watching it. Just having those is fine. I thought the movie was enjoyable. It was awesome.
Nate, you're right. You're right. That last section, I have
that's
a feeling.
They used the CGI. That's what the CGI kicked in.
No, there was actually a dude in a suit. I know they added some CGI, but that crazy hybrid thing was a dude in it, like a.
That was that tall, that 7'6" dude, right?
I generally thought that was
some
CGI
basketball player or something.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh shit! You're right. It is. You're right. It's real. Monsters.
But I think that whole section at the end was Ridley Scott having him put that stuff in there to tie it back to Prometheus, because Ridley Scott's like a part owner in like the Alien franchise now, and like he's I'm sure he had to have his input in there. Iron Oxide, man,
everyone's got their own opinions, Stray. I mean,
I'm telling you, dude, I was tensed up so much sitting in that seat. I had to get up and go to the bathroom. I had cut the circulation off, and I stood up and like almost passed out from I was just tensed up, man. Because dude, that thing had me because I knew I was like, man, there's something messed up going to happen in that last act. But like,
I can imagine you would have did.
Dude, when they broke out the pulse rifle, I'm just like, yes, I just wanted to see that. And it was like a mix of the smart gun and the pulse rifle, because it was the F41AA with aim assist, because the smart gun was like an aim assist gun. And if you ever played the games, man, the smart gun would auto lock on target, and they did that. That shit was dope. And the attention to detail and that whole opening at the beginning, that sequence, I'd have watched the entire movie just based on them taking it back to finding the big chap from the first Alien movie, taking it back to the lab and seeing exactly what happened. And they were like, all of that stuff would have been vaporized and all that. Not necessarily, dude. Even if you have a bright light explosion, it wouldn't mean every single piece of the Nostromo was vaporized and the big chap was not jettisoned right there where it was past that. So they knew, and it added so much to it. They knew where Ripley was the entire time. They knew she was out there the entire time. They just left her out there, man. And I imagine they had a way to track that. There was probably something in that spear gun or that grapple gun, whatever she shot it with, that allowed them to track it.
Yeah, for me, it's just I didn't care for the rest of the cast outside of the main girl and the black guy. I thought her
that
performance
dude
was
was
okay.
great.
Yeah, he put out a really good job. She was hit or miss here and there, depending on which part of the movie. But I think she did an overall okay job. She at least was competent. And I hate the main girls that are like just dumb.
Man, I didn't think she was like a Ripley clone or anything like that. They had a few callbacks with scenes and looks of certain things, but like she was, I was thinking like totally different from Ripley, but I dug it. I enjoyed it, man. It was cool. We'll see it, man. I broke out my little plush face hugger back there.
I saw that.
Oh shit. God.
And I got my giant NECA alien queen in that box back there.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I hadn't opened it up because I'm just like, where am I gonna put that thing? It might fall over. And then if I had to dust that thing, man, I spent about 3 hours dusting Broly. I was sitting there having to use a Q-tip to get in between his spike hand. That shit is sharp on that thing, man. I had to take his head apart and was sitting there trying to clean it. Because that thing been sitting up in like my other place just covered in dust.
Shit.
Were you getting old?
Yeah.
I hate that world has no pause. Oh my god. Chloe, go to bed. You're playing too much Monster Hunter. Good lord.
Oh, nice, Walter. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, dude.
Oh, what happened? He says, came out just a few days ago, looks promising. I'm a fan of Love, Death plus robots. Oh, what a combination. Love, Death, and robots.
Have you seen it on Netflix?
No.
It's pretty cool, man. It's a bunch of like little like small videos. Like a couple seasons of it. But he's talking about Secret Level. I hadn't heard of that. I don't think I remember hearing about Secret Level.
Yeah, Alien has that effect on people. I think both Alien and Predator have that too. Like, they're cool when you get them, but like, there's people that are obnoxiously obsessed over them. It's insane. And I think, let's see, Predator, for me, the first one's great. I actually didn't like the second one all that much. I like the third one, Predators. I love way better.
I love the second Predator movie, and I love Predators. I thought that was cool
great.
too.
It was a great premise.
A lot of on the nose calls where they get the big dude that's got the minigun. Like nobody's going to be carrying a helicopter minigun around. It's not practical. It's like 6 batteries hooked up to that thing to get the barrels to turn. But
the only Predator movie I haven't seen yet is Prey. That's the only one I haven't seen yet.
I haven't seen it either.
It's not bad.
And I heard that, and I heard they greenlit 2 sequels, and the first one's gonna be like in World War I. That would be pretty dope.
Oh yeah, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, the Predator.
I thought that was a fake fan made one though. The poster. I think it was a fake fan made one.
Yeah, Predators would be like my ideal premise for a Predator movie. Throw the humans on their
planet. The alien hunt the entire planet's a game reserve. That was cool.
Yeah, like if there was an alien, this might be a comic book because I have alien comic books too. I have some of the traits for some of the series they've done. If they ever did this might exist already, so keep in mind it might exist. If they ever did an alien movie where it was like the biggest game, or what's it called, the game or whatever, where an alien is hunting the humans like the biggest game, that would be so fun. That would be so cool.
There's all kinds of. Do you have the story about the Earth War when they were brought to Earth?
No, I have.
Those are pretty darn good. I actually, before I knew about the comics, I bought the novelization of the comics, and it was so good. And then like some of the Predator stuff too, and the Aliens versus Predator books.
Prey was actually good, not great, but it was highly enjoyable in terms of tone, atmosphere, and horror and action. So if we ever did an Alien project, it would have to be mixed in with Predator, given how they're released in order, because they have crossover movies in that middle. Like because since that counts as both their movies, we would have them in sync together. And that
The
a
only
lot of
way
movies, but that's
to
fine.
do
I don't
that
care.
right, you can't put that garbage in present day. You got to put it in the future, in space or on a colony. Have the colonial marines there, like the three. You have the three alien, predator, colonial marines. You got to do it in the future. None of this like taking place nowadays, like the Alien versus Predator movie or
I'd like to see that, but like in feudal Japan.
With a big black guy that goes around.
Yes.
Oh
Or
shit!
like Alien versus
Oh.
Predator, or even an Alien, or even a Predator movie set in feudal Japan. You know,
Hey, the guy that directed Alien Romulus says the guy that directed Alien Romulus said he wanted to team up with the guy that directed Prey.
Yeah, they're
hey,
buddies.
you want to have another go around of Alien versus Predator?
yeah, but you got to do it, and you want to do it right. Do it in the future. At first, if I was Fetty, you just wait, maybe do another Alien movie or something, man, before you start jumping into Alien versus Predator already. We don't have to go down there just yet. Just stay with what you got.
You know what's crazy? A lot of people that have seen it have said that they have said the opposite. It's like, I mean, I'll do this before. The fact that Ripley can get out of that situation in Aliens 2, I mean, not every situation is like a girl boss thing. Literally, in Aliens 2, the queen could quite literally just kill her. But she knows that if she does that, all her eggs will get destroyed. Like, she could quite literally just kill her right there.
Yeah,
you know?
that whole thing was...
Prey had its moments that was
Oh, yeah.
like, come on, really? But
Yeah,
I mean,
110-pound Native American girl's going to go toe-to-toe with a Predator.
Give me 1 second. You know, and the thing is, like, you know, Ripley going toe to toe with aliens and girl going Predator. It's like, you know, it's just depending on what level of suspension of disbelief your mind is. If they make something so unbelievable and it's so stupid, I would say call that out. But it's like, it's not that bad.
Well,
you know?
see, Ripley wasn't like going straight on head to head. She was just basically, she had James Cameron wrote her as like she had PTSD from all the stuff that happened in the original movie. And when all the Marines went in there all overconfident and everything, she just saw them all die, and eventually was just like, okay, I gotta start because I know what's going on here. We're gonna do this and that and the other. And it was
Well, what's the last thing to talk about for the next like 5 minutes? I mean, we talked. You guys talk about the Acolyte thing? God, it's been crazy to watch that meltdown on Twitter. Honestly, I did the one video on it. I'll probably do the follow up videos of that too. But whoo, that was pretty bad. I mean, we're not gonna. Oh, just keep in mind, everyone, we're doing a watch party for the Union. Oh, I'm doing a watch party for the Union tomorrow because we're doing an open spoiler discussion for the Union on Sunday after I do the Leak podcast with Chaz around 8:30 PST. And then I have a special episode for the Iron Man podcast coming out. It's going to be a hot, good one. You know, it's going to be hot and ready. Yeah, you know, it's just like it's always going to be up to interpretation. You know what? I find it weird that if you don't see it that way, like you see it as just like a fine movie, then people would kind of dogpile you like, wait, you didn't see the girl boss force? It's like, no, I wasn't really kind of looking for them. I didn't think they were there. You know, just depends, obviously. Oh, there is the Crow remake that just dropped. That debuted
don't give them your money. Don't do that. Don't watch that shit.
Please do.
Just save your fucking money, please.
Darnell, I want Nate to waste money.
No. Go watch Deadpool and Wolverine again.
You probably should just do that. Literally, just watch it. Go watch Despicable Me 4. Why the fuck would you watch that?
I watched the Jeremy John's review of it. It's the movie is worse than I thought than I expected. The Crow.
Worse than
I
Borderlands level, probably.
Like what I expected was here. It's like down. You can't even see how low my hand is. It's down here.
I think it's the problem here, and what people don't understand is it's gonna be out on digital in 3 weeks. That's not making no money. The box office.
Yeah, man. Nick, just wait a few weeks,
Wolverine,
but you'll be able to see it on
Deadpool Wolverine, Despicable Me 4. It ends with us right there on Alien Romulus. Those 4 movies right there take up all the box office numbers.
Oh, Stray, The Crow is fucking awesome. I mean, the Brandon Lee
the
movie
original,
is
yeah,
fantastic. This remake is dog shit.
I haven't. I have no interest in watch. I never watched the first one. It was never something that I was that interested in. You know, I'm not interested in everything that's been out. Obviously, that's it for me. I saw the trailer and I was like, maybe this is the remake that makes me watch the original. I was like, no, that trailer looked like absolute
No,
shit.
and
That trailer looks so
I don't want to
bad.
go to spoilers, but like to say why I don't like it, I'd have to spoil it, and I'm not gonna do that for anyone who wants to go see it.
You know, you could always watch the cam versions if you. I don't like watching cam versions. I think that's terrible quality. You know. Yeah, I like the Predator versus Batman comic book. I've tried to buy it online. It goes for so much money. The
Really?
Batman Alien, yeah, the Batman Alien one is easier to buy. It's way cheaper, but it's not even like way cheaper. It's also still kind of pricey, honestly. I don't know, dude. I don't know how you guys thought that. It looks so bad from the trailer. I'm not saying I've seen it. I don't plan on to. I don't care. But it just from the trailer, it just looks so bad. I was like, man, this looks like hot shit. It's just so cringy the way it came off.
It is, and the things that happen in the movie, it's worse than you would expect.
What? So I'm watching The Union, and then I'm gonna watch Blink twice on my next day off. I told you I was gonna watch Blink twice, so that's it. You know,
The Union was pretty good. It was a very good, just
fun buddy cop.
Yeah, I mean, and what I liked about it was when how when you get like a movie and you get like the character that's not a spy gets like, oh, you're gonna do this, and they're like, no, and the whole movie they're like, I don't want to be a spy. This doesn't happen. Mark Wahlberg's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. So it cuts out a lot of like wasted screen time.
Okay. Do you think it's a movie? Well, I'll know notes when I watch it tomorrow night. Do you think it's a movie that would have been benefited being in the theaters, or just you think it's a straight to streaming movie? Honestly,
I think it could have been. I think it could have been a theater movie, man. To be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
Could have been. Yes.
Oh,
that's a fucking
that's cool.
fantastic.
It's
That's
the hard.
fantastic.
It's like it's got the hard cover on them too.
Oh
yeah,
nice.
yeah. It was because Predator and Alien were owned by Dark Horse.
Yeah.
At a single point. Yeah.
And Batman and Judge Dredd.
That's a good one too.
The Batman versus Predator. I hope they reprint it in a trade soon because I really do want to get a Batman versus Predator comic book. It did reprint
That is a good. That's a
while.
good story, man. That's a real good story.
Yeah, they have reprinted. I don't think they reprinted it, but it's just it goes through so much. Oh my god, there's a guy selling what you just have there for like 164
Damn.
for 3 issues. Yeah, the lowest is about 80. There's the collected edition right here. This covers 1 through 3. When I bought a collected edition, when I thought for Alien versus Batman, I thought I was getting it in a trade. No, I got just the first comic. I'm like, fucking hell, man! Make sure to also if you're buying vintage stuff like that to read, make sure it's like the actual thing because it still didn't do anything wrong. I thought I was getting a trade, but I got the very first issue of Batman versus Alien actually.
Man,
but then I got the second one later on.
I've got a crimp or two. Do you think having this like cardboard thing makes it better? Because that's kind of what that is like a poster board.
Cardboard stock, yeah, it'd be stronger.
It's cool. A friend of mine gave me these, man, years ago.
Okay. A guy selling the collected edition for $30 with $6 shipping. That's pretty good.
I don't have a lot of comic books, but I got it.
That's the thing. Yeah, we're watching. And people have said if we're doing open spoiler discussion for Netflix movies, has to be within the month. Otherwise, I would just title the show "Movie Review." Because Netflix. I know you guys have Netflix, so it's just easy to watch movies from there because you can just bring it up and watch. I don't know what else streaming services you guys have. We can just go through stuff to there. It just depends on what you want to do. Netflix has their list of movies that come out. I kind of just like pick one and we'll see. Want your opinion to matter. We got to go through some of this stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up here in about 5 minutes. Actually, I know Darnell's tired. He went from bang hers to Horrors Gallery to being a banger. Wait a minute. There's so much symmetry there. There is just so much there. Walter said,
yeah, I mean, at least on both shows, there was black representation on each show by Darnell. So, but granted, Vagabond did join in later.
It's more these levels of bad, man.
Morbius levels of bad. Instead of popcorn buckets, they should sell collectible flasks so you can have something cool for your liquor as you watch your bad movie. You know, that's just the thing. And hey, I will say this. There's movies that have bad trailers, really, really bad ones. And the movies can be good. There's also movies that have good trailers, and there's bad movies. I just never really cared for The Crow. Not that interested in watching the original. I'd imagine a remake couldn't even come close to what is good as the original.
It didn't.
I just couldn't imagine it could. There's no.
The tone is completely off. It's definitely made for modern audiences, and the way the powers work are so fucking stupid now.
So it's
Like,
Morbius level cinematic genius. Got it.
Yeah.
Like that original Crow, man, because it was like you had that in the soundtrack for that, because you had that Stone Temple Pilots song that they put in there.
That soundtrack on CD.
I used to have it on cassette.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Old man. But
The Nine Inch Nails song I played constantly.
yeah, man, that was a great soundtrack, man. It was just like that Stone Temple Pilots song was so well placed in that movie. Big Empty. It was like before that album came out. It was friggin' great.
Oh, sorry. Black people are doing crime. Ambulance.
Nine Inch Nails are doing the soundtrack for Tron, whatever that.
Yes, the new one, the third one, yeah.
Like Common Nerd showed me a little, like the little teaser trailer that they had in D23 or something, and it was like a bootleg. Somebody recorded it, and I saw it, and I was like, "Doggone it! It's making me interested, and I don't want to be interested because I just know they're gonna screw something up."
The good trailer, bad movie thing is so real. Say what you will, but I remember how awesome the Shyamalan Last Airbender trailer was, and the movie was just, I'm done with life. BVS had it too. BVS had great trailers until the Doomsday reveal. That was actually in the first official trailer. They revealed Doomsday, but
they put so much crap into that movie. It's just
the
like
trailers were so good. The music and they were so. Wonder Woman 1984 had a great first trailer, and then, well, we watched the movie. Yeah.
I didn't watch that. I heard it was terrible, so I'm just like,
so movie trailers that
it's a movie that existed.
I'll take everybody else's word for it. I don't want to,
certainly.
I kind of go at this point. Isn't it misleading ads that amounts to fraud of a product?
Yeah, you can be sued now. For
Universal almost. No one does it at all. But there's the example that did. There was a very rare one where there was a movie that had Ana de Armas in it, and the couple was going to get the movie because she was in the trailer, but she wasn't in the movie, and she actually apparently they tried to. I don't know how the case panned out. I don't know if it's still ongoing, but apparently the couple tried suing Universal for false advertising because Ana de Armas in that movie she was cut because they just didn't need her or whatever. Happens in movies all the time, and they bought a movie they thought she was in, and she didn't get it. It's like, I mean, are they wrong for doing that? Not really.
They're trying to get some money.
I mean, but
find some kind of legal loophole to steal money from people.
I wouldn't sue a fucking company because an actor wasn't in. That sounds kind of unnecessary, in my opinion.
Did they sign up for a trial of Disney Plus?
Don't do that. Don't.
You agreed. You agreed.
You agreed.
You agreed never to sue us, even if we murder your family members
at the park.
Yeah.
I can't believe a lawyer wrote that,
dude. Let me tell you something. The Michael Bay trailer for the second Transformers movie, I remember watching. I was like, dude, this movie's gonna be so hardcore. And then you watch it, I'm just like, you make this trailer all serious, and then the movie is like a bunch of humping dogs. Why am I watching this bullshit?
Mama gets high at college and does stupid shit. Man?
Oh god.
Oh, Darnell, if you ever need to drop out, you can if you need to. So you know. Right.
Well, if we're shutting down soon, I'll stick around.
I hate you.
Love you.
Hello?
Yes,
John's Long Box says Hero Tales is funding is coming to an end tonight. Support the white man from New York, actually. If you can.
He is a cool dude. Yeah.
He has the digital version. There's the I'll just go show it. God damn, John. Why you gotta be a cloud chaser? You bastard.
Post a link, dude.
Links. Think I give you guys clout here? The fuck? You actually had 6,000 in funding. You were at 5K a while ago. That's crazy. Yeah, congrats, man. Yeah, 6,000 raised. I'll just drop the trailer in the private chat, and I'll drop it in the live chat too.
Too late. Already found it. Too late.
Oh, wow.
Too late.
John, you're coming here for all this clout. Crazy. Let's see. Digital copy right here. This is the print glass. This is the one copy you'll get for backing Heroic Tales. How many pages was this? So did he say? I remember he told us 30 pages. 30 pages. No. If it's 6 pages, bro, if that's 6 pages, burn that book to the ground. Actually, just don't get in comics at all. Actually, just go fucking work construction. You're not made for this.
Well, then I guess I won't put my comic out now.
Oh no! Oh my god!
I mean, I only got 5 pages, but I mean, you're already saying that 6 is not even enough. Well, so much for that.
I'm just.
But hey, you want to know what? That 5 pages was, I mean, valued at $35.
I'm being honest,
now,
man.
granted,
why
it's
don't people
quality
just
paper.
write novels?
Nah.
Literally, you could just write a novel and get your ideas out there. You know, that's what. If I ever did do it, which I do plan on doing at some point in my life, this is where I die. I would probably write a novel based on a series of ideas that I had. You know, make it like an anthology or whatever. But you know, you never know. 1 copy. Here we go. There you go. Choose your reward. What if I don't want to choose my reward? This is my last chance to back hotels. I forgot, John. When do you start shipping? When do you expect to start shipping? Actually, I'll ask you.
It says October. There's October.
There's no way. There's no way.
It says October 1st, 2024. Fuck you.
Oh Lord, John, you're so white. I thought you were joking. Honestly, he's really gonna start.
No, it says October 1st.
Quality. I'm waiting for quality. Give me a second here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, you're right. He would start shipping in October because print, shipping. Yep. When does Super Killer ship? Literally never. I'm not even joking with you. Never. I'm booking shipping. You're crazy, man. Yeah. Yes. No, it's an Invincible meme. Hey guys, when does my comic book ship? That's the funny part is it doesn't. Oh,
MSK's book of L's should be shipping in the next 6 months.
Oh, good. When does my comic ship? The funny thing is it doesn't. Oh fuck. Oh god. Someone should just put EVS's face on that, on Omni-Man's, and then just a backer. Oh god. I wait for quality, and the book has typos and art errors. I can understand like typos that happens, but art errors is just cringe, honestly. All right, let me see how much money I have because I bills. Let me see how if I can help you out, John. Give me a moment, okay? I might just even use my
I've been
other
going
card.
to the school of Rob Liefeld for how to draw feet.
Go to his school for how to draw Captain America. That one thing of Captain America is one of the funniest things. I was like, wait a second, these muscles don't even exist on the human body.
The big titties, yeah.
No, all of the stuff on there is like ridiculous. Somebody put Chris Evans' head on it one time.
Number
that was me, John. I just backed it. That was me, bud.
Thank you, Darnell. And this should do it. I can only back one. I can only back one book this month because, you know, there's some bills that came up. But I can help you. There you go. There you go, John. I got paid today. I had to pay my rent. Then I had to pay my internet bill. And then I still haven't even bought food. I didn't even buy food yet, actually. I gotta buy food.
So no funding in there to get someone to come in to mount your TV? Not yet.
I mean, there's plans for that, but they may take a while for it to happen.
Dude, if I was over there, I could
and
freaking
pitch black Riddick. I don't even know what the fuck you mean. Wait, Riddick
You seen the movie Pitch
Valiant?
Black? No,
I
Vin
thought you were talking
Diesel.
about Riddick the Valiant comics character.
No, Vin Diesel.
No, the movie
Riddick, yeah,
Pitch
yeah.
Black and the Chronicles of Riddick.
I never
Iron and I are
read
talking
the
about
to say they like it because no one has said they like it so far, and he's
I've
trying to find
never
somebody.
I've not read the comics nor watched the movie, so I cannot say.
Oh.
Thank
I
you.
told him it
Yeah.
depends on how I feel that day. Some days I'm into it, some days I'm not.
I just
Yeah, I just
Vin Diesel's an
it popped
odd
in my
actor.
head. Now this was like, to me, I like the whole deal that he was in there. It was pretty cool, man, because like Pitch Black came out in 1999, and it was just, I don't know, it was a pretty cool, like, smaller movie, and then like the Chronicles of Riddick just added a whole bunch of crazy stuff for the whole universe, man. I like it too. That was one of the ones. The more I watched, the more I liked. So
yeah.
All right. Before we go, John, checked if my contribution went through. Just I've never I've used this website like twice to back something. So okay. Yeah, okay, did awesome. Yeah. So before I landed and paid more of my bills, just saying that happened, actually, you know. All right. I think you guys need to understand one thing. Oh, no, I wasn't gonna go into music mode. All right, outro time. So your boy got to go to bed for work in the morning. I gotta get up at fucking 6 o'clock. Holy fuck! Just working 6 days. Holy shit! I'm gonna be bent over and fisted. God damn. Well, Diesel, what you got planned coming up? Are you guys doing space monkeys, space jockeys? Holy shit!
Space jockeys.
Wow.
Wow.
You just going right into Force Monkeys, aren't you?
I'm just saying,
man.
if Iron had called his show Space Monkeys, that would have been the funniest shit on this planet.
Hey, the first living creatures we sent into space were dogs and monkeys.
Yeah, man. Like they're talking about in Fight Club. A monkey ready to be shot into space.
I don't have anything. I just support people and I just review content. As you know, man, that's what I do here. I just review content. I buy books.
I can't find an artist, so I give up.
Right. Do what C.S. Johnson said. Write your damn book, man. God damn it.
Yeah, Iron and I are going to be doing Space Jockeys at 7:30 Central and 5:30 Avocado time, and we're going to go over Pitch Black and the Chronicles of Riddick because we both dig those movies.
Yeah, damn. You're talking about the one with Vin Diesel. I'm just making sure,
Yeah.
right? The ones that,
Yeah, he has like the glasses because he can see in the.
Well, yeah, he's got it. His eyes are like.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, dude. I thought you were talking about Bloodshot. I don't know why I confused.
Oh god, that dog shit movie.
Oh,
Oh,
my
man.
god! I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm genuinely sorry. I confused the two because Vin Diesel just
Can't
blends in
finish
my
that
head.
movie.
Okay, so I know Chronicles of Riddick had a sequel in like 2017.
In 2012, I think, or 2013, it was pretty good. It was kind of scaled down, like more like along the lines of Pitch Black. Because Chronicles of Riddick had
you
a
said Pitch
pretty
Black at
big.
first. Yeah.
Chronicles of Riddick had a pretty big budget, I'm guessing, since they had all kinds of stuff going on in that movie. Yeah, Carl Urban and bunch of other people I don't know, but like it was cool. It was just they added a lot of stuff into John's long box. Said it was something like Warhammer, or somebody said they liked Warhammer. I hadn't, didn't know anything about Warhammer. So
Miss K doesn't have the fans to start a campaign. The only fan he has is behind him up against the wall. Hey, I got black fans. Hey, yo,
yeah, man,
No,
mounting
there's a
that,
big-
dude,
there's
mounting that TV's not that bad. I've actually got to get a stand for my sister and brother-in-law gave me. They got a 40-inch TV, so I'm gonna go blind. That's what I'm gonna use as my computer monitor. So literally everything's gonna be. But it was on the wall, and she doesn't have the feet, so I had to buy more feet for it. So it's like, dude, the camera's gonna go up even higher, and that thing's huge. I'm just like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna go blind. Yeah, because I've been using like a 32-inch TV for my monitor like for forever.
Oh, John, I backed the tier that says choose the variant cover. So I don't know. Were you supposed to choose that from your contribution? Like, was I supposed to type in what cover I wanted? Let me see which cover. Well, there's only two. There's only two covers you have. I like the one I have. I like the main standard one. That one's good. The other one's interesting. I'll just say that. I believe part of Vin's deal for returning for Fast and Furious 4 were the rights to the Riddick character in the franchise. So Vin produced the nerdy sequels. Well, you only have two. The main standard one you have is fine. There's the one where there's the insect in the back, and then there's the one where it's the cell phones. Yeah, I like the one. I like the main cover. The other one's fine. Yeah, good. So as long as Hero Tails has sex, the patriarch, as long as he shows me what he can do in bed, then I can back him.
Yeah, that's the most important thing about a comic, man.
Yeah, you don't need story, you don't need character development, you don't need art. All you need is to know, hey, it worked for the Acolyte, right?
That's why you're a big Acolyte fan.
Hey, it worked for the Acolyte. They only focused on person of color. I mean, yo. Darnell, what you got planned coming up, man?
Got I forgot what we call the show Sunday, but I'm here Sunday with MSK. Monday and Tuesday.
Yes.
Huh?
This week, yes, because we have the movie review. Usually your days off are like Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah. So it's tomorrow the movie review?
Yeah. We're doing no. Sunday. Sunday is at 8 or 8:30.
Then I got Monday and Tuesday with Iron Man podcast. Wednesday, I am actually co-hosting that's my new weekly thing. I co-host the quiz with Mr. Berger along with Selena, Iron's wife. We co-host his quiz show every Wednesday night, and then as soon as that's done, I jump into Top G's with MSK.
Yeah, so that's great, man. Oh, I wish there was some trivia I was putting together. I know for a lot of people it's kind of fun. It takes time to do it. I wouldn't do 80s and 90s like he does. That's even before my period. I only know a little bit about that stuff, honestly, just in the small amounts that I was exposed to. But if we're doing like superhero stuff, MCU trivia, we'll see who's the nerdiest MCU fan. Will probably be Iron's mother, because he said she was such a nerd. She even thought that Thor: The Dark World was a good movie. And like, brother, whoa. If a woman says Thor: The Dark World is good, yikes. That is literally yikes. The Sunday show should be called Darnell and Friend. Hey, I got a surprise for you guys Sunday, not just for the open spoiler. You guys are going to be surprised what I got in store for you guys. We got some hot bangers coming up. Oh, gosh. What else we have? Oh, Selena is still feeling sick, so, hopefully she gets better, obviously. Yeah. Today was Jess's birthday, the Milfukron lady. She turns... I'm not gonna say her. I know what her age is, but women don't like.
Did you say Milfukron? Is that what you said?
I'm just pointing out right now. If she was single mom, I will be easily in them guts, pounding her out. I'm just pointing it out. Just hypothetically speaking, if she wasn't married, I would have a lot of sex with her. But then again, that's what a lot of you guys would say, but you can't say because reasons. But I can sure say that, because I'm black and I have privilege, actually. I would do unthinkable things to her. But then again, this is all just in my mind, actually. It's all in my head.
Hot 62.
minus 20 years off that. And then one more. Just kidding, everybody. What do I know? I'm black. What else you got? Talking about Arrow? What do you got beside looking at your cat?
Back.
It's also bigger
here
now.
Tomorrow.
Are you here? You're right. You are here tomorrow.
Yep.
What happened to that girl that stood you up?
No, it was a friend. She was a friend of mine. She's a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
It just happened that night that I mean, she had a shitty day of work, and then problems at her home with a neighbor and a horse that they had to put down. So and so she apologized for not communicating it sooner. So I know that no, just a friend. So I could understand, especially, I mean, we all have those days at work where it's like we get so sidetracked with what's going on that we completely forget to communicate with other people, especially if you have plans. Sometimes that happens. So no big deal.
No excuses.
I always hold women don't hold themselves accountable. That's why I do. I'm so hard
Now,
on
that's
women
why
and
you
black
have to
people.
hold them to unrealistic standards that you yourself can't even achieve, man. That way
That's
you'll
why
never go longer than 3 weeks.
Damn, I keep fucking up then.
She's a hot 62. She's a very hot that age. Yep. Exactly.
42? Is she, I thought she was 40. I don't know.
41.
Whatever it is.
After you slap MSK, Selena will host her own stream called the Red Rogue Gallery Room.
Rouge.
Whoop.
Yeah, it says
Is it
Rouge,
Rouge?
but I think he meant Rogue.
I'm pretty sure
that's
it's
Rouge.
pretty sure
That's Rouge.
yeah.
I think he meant
I'm
Rogue.
illiterate. Good Lord. Yeah, but I hope Selena feels better. I know some people right here were getting sick. You know, I'll be honest with you, I outside of the one random fever in the last 3 years since that virus, I haven't been sick at all. My whole body has ascended to a point where it just doesn't have anything happen anymore. I've got my brain expanded in ways where like knowledge
New
has
levels.
infinitely
New levels
I'm
of
literally on
delusion?
new levels of intelligence.
Delusion.
No, my brain expanded in ways you guys haven't even understood yet. I'm literally just absorbing all the information at this point. Walter said I Nasquack that. But yeah, as you guys know, Iron Man podcast episodes getting uploaded. Cloud9 podcast episodes getting uploaded to Rumble. Currently on season 3. Iron Man and Cloud9 podcast getting uploaded to the podcasting platform. So if you can't watch and listen to the show live, you can listen in to both podcasts on your favorite podcasting platform of your choice. And like I mentioned to you guys before, and I'm keeping the promise, I am going to be consistently uploading content. So you should expect, obviously, a good amount of videos on this channel, but expect a channel update for my comic book channel coming out very soon. I did the video tonight. Well, not that video, but I did one. I just have to edit it and put it out tomorrow. So yeah, even after a podcast or before a podcast, I am getting that video done. I'm not trying to make it a time limit, but nothing more than maybe like if it's like a news video, keep it in relative time, so I'm not like burning myself up before a show. He doesn't ask me to be on his shows because I'm black. Hey, all you have to do is just call the show Space Monkeys, and I would have just been on my knees for you, but you didn't do it.
See, you didn't get the space jockey reference, hence why he probably hadn't invited you on the show because you don't even know what that is.
Why didn't he call it Spaceballs? Gonna call it the Spaceballs.
That's a registered trademark.
Says who?
What's his name?
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
You could have
called it everything in that movie is trademarked, man.
You could have called it.
They made sure to tell
Bangers.
you in the movie that everything was trademarked.
You get Ghost Bangers instead of Ghostbusters. Get it? Ghost Bangers. You know, sign me up for this stuff. I'm good at quality content. But yeah, everyone's been doing good stuff here. I'm proud of everyone. Not really, because you're all cloud chasing worthless pieces of shit. But you know, hypothetically, I'm proud of you, everyone. Even Kaida and Atreus started their own podcast. They're doing they're doing a separate channel for it. It's called The New Black Street. That's pretty creative, actually. You know, but hey, can you really trust black people not to be like jive talking, ebonic talking blacks? You know, when you meet the white black men, they're salvageable. They're good. But yeah,
yes, I like how he incriminates everybody on his show every single time to make sure he says this not once, twice, or like even 10 times, more like 30 times to make sure that there's plenty of nice things to clip out if any of us ever become like something.
It's kind of like
sure that we'll cancel us or something like that for that.
Take me with you, or I'm releasing this.
Technically, they can't cancel you if I'm already canceled. See?
All right, say goodnight.
Yes. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Iron Man podcast, and we'll see you guys later.